stacked against them. Today's first stage, an 11-kilometer special stage at La Chatte, right in the center of France. Really just a spectator stage to show off this event to the French public who haven't... There it is, the 11-kilometer course at La Chatte. The first competitive stage of this year's Dakar. 6,000 kilometers of special stages, 10,000 kilometers in total. There's a lot of liaison sections. And driving an American pro truck, Chevy powered, is Pierre Lartigue, three-time winner of this event for Citroën, and he's now been snapped up by the American pro truck team. They've got three vehicles up against the Schlesser buggies of Schlesser and Kleinschmidt and the might of the mighty Japanese Mitsubishis. Kenjiro Shinazuka, last year's winner. Will he do it again this year? Bruno Sabi, former winner of the event. They have new Pajeros. They're lighter, they're faster, and they're going to be difficult to beat. Jean-Pierre Fontenay, with Gilles Picard alongside, former co-driver to Ari Vatanen. And the Pro Trucks giving a fabulous display in the mud of central France. Opposite lock, mud flying everywhere. The might of American off-road racing comes to Europe. Taking it easy over the bumps. Schlesser. Then Kenjiro Shinazuka, his co-driver Henri Mine from Belgium. And Bruno Sabi, the Frenchman, with Dominique Suriez alongside, fastest on today's opening stage. Shinazuka, second quickest, and Fontenay, third quickest. Fourth, Hiroshi Matsuoka in the Mitsubishi Challenger. Suzo in the 212 Mitsubishi. An open back, easy access to spare tires. And listen to that raw power. A couple of years ago, we had the Hummers come to the Dakar. The vehicle made famous in the desert during the Gulf War, came to conquer the Sahara. They were very slow and very heavy. Will the Pro Trucks do any better? Bogged down in the mud. Luckily, there's not going to be too much mud between here and Senegal. Two-wheel drive, pulling now at the front. The split there you can see as the rear wheels spin and the front wheels just manage to get some grip. On board with Thierry Delaverne. 35th quickest today in his Nissan. A dashboard eye view of what it's like to control and the bumps they get even on a fairly smooth surface like this. The Japanese manufacturers like Nissan, like Mitsubishi and like Toyota have dominated the event with the exception of Citroën and Peugeot over the last 10 years. Surprisingly, manufacturers like Range Rover and Land Rover have never really got into the Dakar, although they did quite well right at the beginning. It's the lightweight, nimble Mitsubishis who've really made the desert their own. And Sabi, quickest on this opening stage, is not quite so critical for the car drivers to take it as easy as the motorcyclists. They can throw the car around a little bit, it's not going to do much damage, and they can at least get the paintwork dirty for the first time. 2:04, Shinazuka, second quickest today. Team orders gave him his victory last year, and I'm sure Sabi and Fontenay won't want that to happen again, although Shinazuka is team leader at Mitsubishi. He's a test driver for the Japanese manufacturer, and this is his present for hour after hour of plodding round test tracks in Japan, he comes to play in the desert. He competed in the Australian rally against the likes of Colin McRae and Tommy Mackinnon and Carlos Sainz a few months ago and wasn't really up to speed, but in the desert, the wily old Japanese is very, very consistent, and therefore, over 3 weeks, very quick.
Je crois que les organisateurs avaient fait un gros effort pour s'appliquer sur le parcours. Bon, malheureusement, la boue a changé un peu le profil, mais de toute façon,
Sabi explaining that the mud changed everything. They've seen this course before, but very wet over the last few days. It changed everything.
Very slippery, so, and we passed Utah, so, but we had big mud here. We cannot see anything. Just a little bit unlucky, but okay, this is just fun.
Muy bien, muy divertida.
Shinazuka sums it up.
Todo el rato conduciendo, mucho
Salvador
pilotaje,
Serbia,
ves,
former
como si estuviéramos
Citroën
sobre el hielo
driver.
del Rally Monte Carlo. Muy divertido.
Like the Rally Monte Carlo. And Jutta Kleinschmidt, one of the few women competing in the Paris Dakar. She has done this event on her own in the past, not only driving but navigating as well. This year she has Matt Stevenson, a British co-driver, alongside her.
C'est vraiment très dur parce qu'il y a énormément de boue et on n'avance pas.
Pierre Larty, former winner of the event in the Pro Truck Chevrolet.
C'est de la folie.
Well, tomorrow it's almost 1,000 kilometers of driving from the border of France with Spain down onto the Iberian Peninsula, a quick stop at Chateau Lastour for a 35-kilometer bash, and then Granada, the former starting point for the Dakar rally, will be the overnight halt before the competitors board the boat for Africa. But today was the day that the French got to see the Dakar again on home turf.